Good evening, Bhante.
Evening.
Sister Rachel?
Yes, we're going to start. Namo Buddhaya, Vandami Bhante, Sukihontu, brothers and sisters. I'm Rachel from Metta Lodge, Pusat Buddhist, Johor. I'll be the MC for this evening sessions. Let us put our hands in Anjali and we bow 3 times to Venerable Nyaninda. First bound, second bound, third bound. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening and welcome back, brother and sister, to UNDUVAP Full Moon Uposatha, a day of Dana, Sila, Bhavana. This is the third session, which is the evening sessions. We are very grateful to have Bhante Nyaninda with us for the entire Uposatha day program. Sadhu, Bhante. And very warm welcome if you just join us in these sessions. Wherever you are and wherever you're from, may all be well and happy. Before we start, please allow me to take a few minutes to introduce briefly the Venerable Sir. Venerable Nyaninda is a graduate from Universities of Sydney in Electrical Engineering and Computer Science. Bhante has received higher ordinations as Bhikkhu under 𝗩𝗲 Ramsi Sayadaw in year 2004. He has received serious contemplating trainings under Pa'aw Sayadaw in Myanmar forest traditions. Bhante has spent many years in practicing in Myanmar, India, Nepal, Germany, and of course in Malaysia. He finds that studying the original words of Buddhist and Buddha according to the real teaching of listening, contemplating, meditating has greatly enhanced his understanding and practice of the Dhamma. Before becoming a monk, Bhante has practiced and a lot of involvement in various Buddhist societies and traditions, especially in Buddhist Missionary Societies Malaysia, BMSM, particularly in youth sessions. Currently, Bhante is also a spiritual advisor for the BMS youth sessions, and until now, without fail, I think almost every week, still organizing a Dhamma talk and sharing, which attracts very consistent crowd, and on and off I do join. Sadhu, Bhante. Okay, next, this will be the program for this evening sessions. This sessions was last until about 10 o'clock. We will be later do our full moon Uposatha chanting by Bhante and followed by the guided meditations by Bhante. After that, we will have our reading of dedications of merits by Sister Yvonne, and then sharing of merits with departed relatives and blessing by Bhante. From morning sessions and also afternoon Dhamma talk, I'm sure many here will have a lot of questions on either drama or Dhamma. So please feel free to post questions to Bhante during the Q&A sessions. After that, we'll have our very significant Voices of Harmony sessions. Hope sharing by the participants, brother and sister. Please feel free to share the Voices of Harmony on the good birds. We will end the sessions by parting words by Bhante and also by the chairman. This is about the program for this evening sessions. Okay, if you have joined the morning and afternoon sessions, probably this is not new to you, but to benefit those that will join this evening. So these are some of the significance of UNDUVAP Poya Uposatha. In fact, this will be the final Uposatha of this year. It's December, the full moon of December. And this also celebrates the arrival of Bodhi sapling brought by Arahant Bhikkhuni Sanghamita Theri in Sri Lanka from the original Bodhi tree where the Buddha gained the enlightenment in Bodh Gaya, India. The sapling was planted in 236 before Christ by the king 𝗩𝗲𝗶𝗍𝗶, where it actually still grows until today. Known as 𝐔𝐩𝐨𝐬𝐚𝐭𝐡𝐴, it is the most sacred and probably the oldest living human planted tree in the world. UNDUVAP Poya Uposatha also marks the day of Arahant Sanghamita Theri arrived in Sri Lanka to establish the first Bhikkhuni Sasana outside of India. Queen Anula was the first to be ordained, followed by the thousands of ladies from all walks of life. And the event of the Arahant Mahinda Thero on the Puya Day, which is June, and also the Arahant Sanghamita Theri on this December Uposatha Day marks the establishment of the Buddhism in Sri Lanka and to the rest of the world, which is very, very significant. So next, I'm probably going to draw some of the, this is the photos showing the Bhikkhuni of Sanghamita arrived in the Sri Lanka, whereby the Bodhi saplings from Bodh Gaya, India was brought. Then followed by the planting of this on this December full moon day, UNDUVAP. According to Mahavamsa, King 𝗩𝗲𝗶𝗶𝗍𝗶 was all hope and glory and paying the highest respect and honors. He actually wading to the sea to receive the Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi sapling, which is respected and honored as the living Gautama Buddha. Sadhu. Okay, there's some of the important or significant events of the Uposatha on UNDUVAP. Okay, so we shall now begin our evening puja sessions to be led by Bhante. We invite Bhante.
Before we start the chanting, one thing I just want to share is about the paying respect and also offering things to monks. The next time if you pay respect or offer things to monk, please don't think you are paying respect and offering to that particular monk. Please try to, in your mind, because karma is generated through our intention, through our mind. So in your mind, the next time you pay respect or you offer anything to monks or nuns, in your mind, please think that you are offering or paying respect to the Buddha and the Sangha of the past, present, and the future. And the monk or the nun is just representing the Sangha with the Buddha of the past, present, and future. That way, your merits will be much more. And also, you don't get disappointed. Let's say if that monk suddenly do something that you're not happy with, because you are not paying respect or offering to that particular monk or nun. You are paying respect or offering to a representative of the Buddha and the Sangha. Okay, we'll start the chanting now.
Sadhu.
We start with the paying respect to Buddha and the Triple Gem. Again, I want to explain a little bit. Paying respect to the Buddha and taking refuge in the Triple Gem Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha is essentially, basically, we take refuge in Buddha, which is the embodiment of the truth or the reality of how life works. The Dhamma, which is the reality of how life works itself. And the Sangha, people who make the aspirations to be the embodiment of how life works. So in your mind, we take refuge in this Triple Gem. And first, we pay respect to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. บุดดังสารนังกัจฉามิธัมมังสารนังกัจฉามิสังฆังสารนังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิบุดดังสารนังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิธัมมังสารนังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิสังฆังสารนังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิบุดดังสารนังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิธัมมังสารนังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิสังฆังสารนังกัจฉามิ Now think of the virtues of the Buddha and then the Dhamma and the Sangha, and we recite all the virtues of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, or you can just think of the Buddha image. Itipiso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vijacharana Sampano Sugato Lokavidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarati Sattha Deva Manusanang Buddho Bhagavati Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opanaiko Pachatang Veditabu Vinyuhiti Supatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ujupatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Nyaya Patipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Samichi Patipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Yadidam Chattari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Puggala Esa Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakhineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttarang Punya Ketam Lokasati. Now we recite Mangala Sutta. Mangala Sutta together with Ratana and Karanya Metta Sutta. Actually, when it was recited, many thousands, millions of beings were enlightened. So they are very powerful sutta. Mangala Sutta basically it's the blessings. Basically, a deva came because no one can decide what is actually good for us. So it's good for us to contemplate these blessings in our daily life, because you will realize that actually most of us Buddhists have a lot of these blessings. So when you see that, you will feel that we are actually very blessed and we actually have a wonderful life already. So it will be a shame that if we are living a wonderful life and we are not aware of it. So this is a useful sutta. We'll start. Evang me suttang ekang samayang bhagava savatiyam viharati jetavane anata pindika sa arame atako anyatara devata abhikantaya ratiya abhikanta wana kevalakappang jetavanang obasetva yena bhagava tenupasan kami tva bhagavantang abhivadetva ekamantang artasi ekamantang titakosa devata bhagavantang gattaya ajabasi bahudeva manusacha mangalani achintayum akankamana sottanam bruhi mangalamuttamam asevana cha balanam panditanam cha sevana puja cha pujaniyanam etang mangalamuttamam patirupadesa vaso cha pubbe cha katapunyata ata samapaniti cha etang mangalamuttamam Bahu satchancha sippancha vinayo cha susikito subhasita chaya vacha etang mangalamuttamang mata pitu upattanang puttadara sasangao anakula cha kamanta etang mangalamuttamang danancha dhammacharya cha nyata kanancha sangao anavajani kamani etang mangalamuttamang Arati virati papa majapanya cha sanyamo apamado cha dhammesu etang mangalamuttamang garavo cha nivato cha santutti cha katanyuta กาเลนะดัมมะสวนังเอตังมังกะละมุตตมังขันติจะโสวชาสัตตะสมานันนันจะดัสนังกาเลนะดัมมะสักกัจจะเอตังมังกะละมุตตมังตโปจะบรามจาริยัญจะอริยสัจฉานดัสนังนิบบานสัจจิกิริยาจะเอตังมังกะละมุตตมังพุทธาสโลกดัมเมหิจิตตังยัสสนกัมปติอโศกังวิราจังเขมังเอตังมังกะละมุตตมังเอตาดิสานิคัตวานาสาบัตตามาปราจิตาสาบัตตาสติงกัจฉันติตัมเตสัมมังกะละมุตตมันติเอเตนะสัจวัชเชนะโสติเตโหตุสาบดาเอเตนะสัจวัชเชนะสาบโรโกวินาสตุเอเตนะสัจวัชเชนะโหตุเตจายมังกลัมRatana Sutta. Ratana Sutta is very important in Buddhist tradition because Buddha used this as Venerable Ananda to chant this sutta to purify 𝗲𝗏 when he was afflicted by ghosts, afflicted by sickness and all that. So nowadays we still use this for purification. Basically, the whole sutta is about the preciousness. Ratana is the gem, the preciousness of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. We'll start. Yani da bhutani samagatani bhumani va yani va antalike sabeva bhuta sumana bhavantu atopi sakacha sunantu bahasitam tasmahi bhutani sametha sabbe metang karota manusya pajaya divacha rato chaharantiye balim tasmahi ne rakkata appamataยังคินชีวิตัมอิดาวาหุรัมวาสาเกสุวายังรัตนัมปณิตังนาโนสัมมัมอธิตถากเตนะอิดัมปิบุตเดรัตนัมปณิตังเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัติโหตุขยัมวิรกัมอมตัมปณิตัมยดาจักกะสักยามุนีสมาหิโตนาเตนะธัมเมนะสมาธิคินชีอิดัมปิดัมเมรัตนัมปณิตังเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัติโหตุยัมบุดเสโตปริวันนายิสุชิมสมาธิมนันตาริคัญญมาหุสมาธินะเตนะสมุนวิจาติอิดัมปิดัมเมรัตนัมปณิตังเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัติโหตุเยปุกาลาอัตสัตัมปัสสัตตาชัตตาริเอตานิยุกานิหนติเตดักขิเนยสุกตาสสาวกะเอเตสุดินานิมหปลานิอิดัมปิสังเกรัตนัมปณิตัมเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัติโหตุเยสุปยุตตามนัสสะดาเหนะนิกามิโนโกตมสาสนัมหิเตปฏิปัตตาอมตัมวิกายะลดามูดานิบุติมบุญจมานะอิดัมปิสังเกรัตนัมปณิตัมเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัติโหตุยะทินดะกิโลปัตวิงสิโตเสียชาตูบีวัตเตบิอสัมปกัมปิโยตตุปะมัมสัพปุริสัมวดามิโยอริยสัจฉานิอเวชปัสสติอิดัมปิสังเกรัตนัมปณิตัมเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัติโหตุเยอริยสัจฉานิวิภาวยันติกัมเบระปานเนนะสุเดสิตานิคินชาปิเตหอนติบุสัพปมาตานาเตบาวังอาตมังอาดิยันติอิดัมปิสังเกรัตนัมปณิตัมเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัติโหตุสหวาสดาสนะสัมปดายะตายาสุดัมมาจหิตาบาวันติสักกายดิตติวิจิกิจิตัญจะศิลาบัตตามวาปิยดาติคินชิจตุหปายหิจาวิปามุตุจัชาบิตันนานิอบาบุคาตุมอิดัมปิสังเกรัตนัมปณิตัมเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัติโหตุกินจาปิโสขมัมคารติปาปกัมคาเยนะวาจาอุดเฉตสาวะอบาโบโสตาสปฏิจดายะอบาบาตาจิตราปดาสาวุตตาอิดัมปิสังเกรัตนัมปณิตัมเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัติโหตุวนัปปะกุมเบยตาภุสิตาเกกิมหานะมาเสปัตตมัสมิงกิมเมตตุปะมัมธัมมวรัมมะเดสัยนิบบานกามิมปารมังหิตายะ อิดัมปิบุตเดรัตนัมปานิตัมเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัตถิโหตุวโรวรโญวรโดวรหาโรอนุตตโรธัมมวรัมอดิสัยอิดัมปิบุตเดรัตนัมปานิตัมเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัตถิโหตุขีนัมปุรนัมนวัมนัตถิสัมภวัมวิรัตจิตตายติเกภวัสมิเตขีนาบีจาอวิโรหิชันดานิบันติดีรายตยัมปดีโปอิดัมปิสังเกรัตนัมปานิตัมเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัตถิโหตุยานีดภูตานิสมากตานิบุมานีวายานิวาอันตาลิเกตถาคตังเดวมนุสปูจิตังบุตดังนามาสามสุวัตถิโหตุยานีดภูตานิสมากตานิบุมานีวายานิวาอันตาลิเกตถาคตังเดวมนุสปูจิตังดัมมังนามาสามสุวัตถิโหตุยานีดภูตานิสมากตานิบุมานีวายานิวาอันตาลิเกตถาคตังเดวมนุสปูจิตังสังฆังนามาสามสุวัตถิโหตุ Karaniya Metta Sutta. For this sutta, I mentioned in the beginning that it's the path for us to awaken to Nibbana until the third stage of sainthood Anagami. And it lists down how to practice metta and also the prerequisite before it. And this sutta is so significant because it helps the monk who recite this to not be disturbed by the three devas. Okay, we recite this. Karaniya matta kusalena yantam santam padam abhisamecha sako uju cha suju cha suvacho cha samudu anatimani santo sako cha subaro cha apakicho cha salahukawuti sandinrio cha nipako cha apagabo kulesu ananugido nachakudam samachare kinchi yena vinyo pare upawadeyum Sukhino wa kemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitata yeke chipana bhutati tasawa tawarawa anawasesa digawa ye mahantawa majima rasa kanukatula titawa ye wa adita ye chadure wasanti avidure bhutawa sambhavesiwa sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitata Naparo param nikupeta nati maneta katachinam kanchi vyaro sana patikasanya nyanya manya saduka micheya mata yatha niyam putam ayusa eka puta manurake evam pisappa bhutesu manasam bhavaye aparimanam metancha sabalokasmin manasam bhavaye aparimanam udang adochatiriyancha asambadham averang asapatam titam charam nisinova sayanova yavatasa vikatamito etam satim aditeya brahma metam viharam idamahu ditincha anupagama silawa dasanena sampano kamesu vineya gedam nahijatu gabaseyam punareti ti Etena sacha vaschena dukkha upasamentu me etena sacha vaschena bhaya upasamentu me etena sacha vaschena roga upasamentu me. Share merits. We share merits with all the devas, all the beings, all different type of beings. Etawata chamehi sampadang punya sampadang Sabbe deva, sabbe bhuta, sabbe sata, anumodantu, sabba sampati sitya. And again, share merits with all the devas, all the gods, powerful gods, all the nagas, the dragons. Hopefully, they will protect the dispensation of Buddha Dharma on our earth, and also protect the teachings for a long time, and also protect all of us. Akasata chabu mata deva naga mahidika punyang tam anumoditva chiram rakhantu loka sasanam akasata chabu mata deva naga mahidika punyang tam anumoditva chiram rakhantu desanam akasatra chabu mata deva naga mahidika Punyang tam anumoditva chiram rakhantu mam paramti. Share merits with all our family members, departed family members and relatives, friends, and also our ancestors. Idame nyati nang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idame nyati nang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idame nyati nang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. And blessings to the whole world. Hope everything moves smoothly in the world. Devo vasatu kalena sasa sampati hetucha pitu bhavatu lokocha raja bhavatu dhammiko. And aspirations, again, aspirations very important. We wish always with the wise to guide us, avoid those who will lead us the wrong way until we reach the realization of Nibbana. Iminya punya kamena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yawa Nibbana patiya. Again, we share merits with all beings, wishing each and every single beings have an equal share of merits. Idame punyang asawa kaya wahang hotu. Idame punyang Nibbana sa pachayo hotu. Mama punya bahagang sabha satanang pajemi. Te sabe me samam punya bahagang labhantu. And we ask for forgiveness from the Buddha. Any mistakes we made through our body, speech, and action. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamame bhante puri panya tathagata. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamame bhante puri panya tathagata. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamame bhante puri panya tathagata. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante. We shall now proceed with the guided meditations. Bhante,
Okay.
may I get your permissions to proceed?
Okay. Again, sit in a comfortable posture, but try to keep your back straight, but relax. It must be totally relaxed. Let go of all the memories of the past and all your plans for the future. This evening, we will just do a loving kindness meditation, metta. So think of the feelings that you have. Again, think of the feelings you have that you wish it can last forever. Capture back that feeling, which is our natural happiness, natural peace. And don't get lost in the story. Just feel that feeling. But if you can't, just feel the calm and peace that we have now after chanting. Feel the calm and peace that is in your heart. And put a smile in your heart. Can even put a smile on your face. Wish yourself to be well and happy. The wish not so important. Important is that feeling. The feeling of peace and happiness. Basically, you can say a good feeling. This is our natural, calm, natural state of mind, a natural state of peace in our mind. So wish yourself, may I be well and happy. May I dwell frequently in this natural, calm and natural peace. And allow this natural calm and peace to expand out from the heart up to the whole chest area, up to the neck, the shoulders, the hands, the whole head. wishing every single cell in the body to rediscover this natural peace and calm, to be well, happy, comfortable, free from diseases, to be at ease. Also allow our attention to expand downwards to the whole abdomen, the buttock, the whole leg, wishing every single cell to rediscover the natural peace, natural calm, and also the natural healing process, to be well and happy. Just dwell on this for ourselves for a short while, wishing ourselves to be well and happy and maintain the good feeling, the happy, peaceful feeling. Now slowly expand out your attention to include all your family members, relatives, friends, your loved ones. Again, wish each and every one of them to rediscover their natural calm, peace. That is always with them. It's just that they're not aware. May each and every one of them to be well, to be happy, to be calm, peaceful, to be at ease. You can either select one person and have this wish to that person, or a group of people. But important thing again is maintain that feeling, the good feeling, the peaceful, contented, happy feeling in your heart while you are doing the wish. The feeling is more important. Wishing each and every one of our loved ones, family members, to be well, happy, friends, relatives. May they be strong, healthy, free from enmity, free from mental, free from physical suffering. Now expand out attention to include all the people who are neutral, maybe people that you meet along the way to work, your co-workers, colleagues, or maybe people that you meet in the supermarket, or your neighbors, or people who take care of our electricity, water, rubbish, or the farmers. Wish each and every one of them to rediscover their innate natural peace, calm. Wish each and every one of them to be well, to be happy, to be at ease, to be strong. Now continue to expand your attention to include all other beings, even include people that you have difficulty with, people that you have friction with. Include all beings, regardless of their nationality, their religion, their race, their belief. Includes all animals, all devas too, and all unseen beings. Wishing each and every one of them to rediscover their natural love, natural peace, calm. Wish each and every one of them to be well, to be happy, to be free from mental, physical suffering, to be strong and healthy. Remember, important is the feeling in your heart. You can visualize all the beings have a smile in their heart, smile in their face. Okay, feel your body. If you can feel your whole body, then can slowly open your eyes. Okay, I have some comments regarding this loving kindness meditation. It's very useful because in the Noble Eightfold Path, the last path, Samma Samadhi, actually Buddha says Samma Samadhi is the 4 jhanas. And in order for us to get into the jhanas or Samma Samadhi, you actually, the proximate cause, they call it, the nearest cause is a happy mind. So this quality of a happy mind is very important to have a light-hearted mind. If we are very, gloomy and very pessimistic, a bit difficult for us to practice. So this light-hearted mind is very useful in our meditation, in our spiritual development. Okay, we will end, we'll pass back to the MC.
Thank you, Bhante. Okay. Now is the Now is the reading of dedications of merits. Shall we invite Sister Yvonne? Sister Yvonne, over to you.
Thank you very much, Sister Rachel. Thank you very much, Bhante. Now, in conjunction with the UNDUVAP, many of our members have donated money, and this is to the building of Metta Lodge. And for these meritorious deed, they have transferred the merits in memory of their departed relatives. So here I shall read the names. Sis Joanne Lai and family in memory of Ong Siu Lan. Brother Lim Hock Chu and family in memory of departed relatives and friends. Chai Su Ha and family in memory of parents, departed parents, parents-in-law, friends and relatives. Yo Suan Po in memory of Yo Hui Guan, Yo Sui Huat, Suen Hu and family in memory of departed ancestors, relatives and friends. Lim Chek Moi, dedications of marriage to late sisters Lim Siok Ti and Lim Po Ti. 𝐔𝐍𝐃𝐏 and family in memory of Chong Chiang, 𝐔𝐍𝐃𝐿. 𝐔𝐍𝐃𝐏 and family in memory of Kwek Chek Sen. 𝐔𝐍𝐃𝐏 and family in memory of all departed relatives and friends. Tan Boon Leng in memory of Tan Boon Hai and all departed relatives and friends. Wendy dedicates marriage to all beings. May all beings be well and happy. Yen Miao Zhong and family in memory of Xiao Guan Tao and all departed relatives and friends. Tang Hui Fong, dedication of marriage to all departed family members, relatives, and friends. Corina Ho in memory of Ho Toi Lai and four ancestors. Chong Tim Fat and family in memory of Ng Fong Huan. Ben Lau and family in memory of Mr. and Mrs. Lau Ek Tek. Ng Lai Chan dedicates marriage to her grandson Roy Ong Yong Cheng to be successful in his medical studies in Australia. May and Stephen Wong dedicates marriage to their beloved mother, Madam Au Wai Chin, and all departed relatives and friends. May they have causes and conditions to learn and practice the Buddha's teachings. 𝗍𝐸 Moi in memory of Lau Chi Kong and all departed relatives and friends. Yvonne Loh and family in memory of all departed relatives, friends, and ancestors. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Sister Yvonne. With all the marriage read together, can we again invite Bhante?
Okay, so important thing is our mindset. Okay, so in your mind, whatever merits that we have done today, and also in the past, we'll share with all our departed family members, relatives, and friends. So in your mind, please, when I recite, you just think of your departed family members, relatives, friends, and in your heart, whatever merits you have done, share with them. Idame nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idame nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idame nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. And I'm supposed to chant some blessings for all of you. To me, the greatest blessing is the practice. Okay, so anyway, I will chant a short blessing, but the biggest blessing is if you can put the Dharma into practice. Sabitiyo vivajantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatwantarayo 𝐔𝐍𝐃𝐔𝐕𝐀𝐏 bhavatu sabba mangalam rakantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada soti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada soti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada soti bhavantu te. Basically, the verses is may you be always protected by the Buddha, by the Dharma, by the Sangha. May no diseases, difficulties, and all that come in your way. Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. We are very fortunate to have Bhante Nyalinda to be with us on this auspicious day. This morning, Bhante has guided us and quite insider of the meditations. And also afternoon, we have the Dharma sharing by Bhante. So I believe many of brothers and sisters here have many questions because Bhante says we are the director of our own Dharma. So any questions on Dharma or drama? Please, brother and sister, you're welcome to ask the questions. You can raise your hand or you can type in the chat box. We shall read out for Bhante. Any questions, brothers and sisters?
Okay, good.
Yes, yeah. Brother Woon or Sister 𝐔𝐸𝐾𝐿?
Okay.
Questions from sister or brother?
Bhante, permission to ask a question.
Yeah.
So Bhante, of course, it's good that if somebody do something not that kind to us, then we interpret the ill feeling that that arises as thought process. Then we can accept it very well. But what if we really have done something not that right to trigger off the other party's retaliation, and then with this type of thinking, maybe we will overlook. We do not know that we've done something not that right.
No. When you do something not right, you
accidentally or intentionally.
Oh, okay. You accidentally do something not right, you should make the aspiration not to repeat it again. To feel remorseful is not good. I don't know whether you're aware, those people who study Abhidharma, you will realize that being remorseful over something that you did before is an akusala action, unwholesome. Yeah, but I'm very careful to share this because Buddhists are not Buddhists. Humans are very complicated people. Quite often when I share this, then you will feel remorse that you remorse. So we entangle ourselves. Okay. So basically the simple thing is when you cannot really trust your mind so much, actually thought so much, not your mind, sorry, when you don't trust your thoughts so much, then actually you know what best to do. You will not, we are not actually, we think that if we don't control, discipline ourselves, we become animal. Not true. Because Professor Richard Davidson has done a study on babies when we're born. They would select compassion over cruelty. They basically give them objects, you know, whether they select violence over peace. And all babies will select peace, compassion over violence. So we are born with this compassionate heart, and it's our nature. Okay, so we don't have to beat ourselves up to go to the right path.
Thank you, Bhante.
Anyone else?
Bhante?
Okay, good.
Yeah, we have Sister Joanne.
Bhante. Okay, Bhante. We only observe and practice Dhamma during retreat or maybe other monastery events.
That's no good.
Once we are out of the situation, we tend to revert back to our worldly behavior. Is this normal, Bhante?
There's nothing wrong now. Over the last few years, to me, there's nothing wrong with worldly behavior. You can't act like a monk or nun when you are living in a worldly world. Okay, if you're in a monastery or nunnery, you can act like a monk or nun. But when you're in the world, you have to be a normal worldly person. But you have to try to see the Dharma in, you can, like I keep stressing that you can see Dharma in every drama that you have. You have to make this aspiration. If there's no intention of practicing the Dharma, practicing doesn't need a lot of effort. Okay, I just show you that you just have to question yourself, where does this anger comes from? I'm not asking you to control, suppress the anger. Buddhists have this I feel that wrong attitude that since we are Buddhists, we cannot get angry. So every time you're angry, you try to suppress the anger. That doesn't not really work, because if you keep suppressing, one day it will blow out. You become maybe more violent. But I'm not asking you to go and don't suppress and then go and beat everyone up. I'm just saying that the best is you develop the insight. So you have to encourage yourself, because it doesn't work just by retreat only, okay? By just going to retreat and then hoping that after that, this goodness we cultivate, the good habit will spill over the rest of the time that we're not cultivating. It's like you brush your teeth one day, and then after that, the rest of the year, you don't brush because you think it's enough already. Yeah, you have to keep. And this good analogy, because someone asked a question saying that, ask a spiritual teacher says, how come when I'm in a retreat, I can get my mind very good, very calm and all that. Then the rest of the time I can't, and then I need another retreat to get back, So the answer is like what I say, the teacher says, you also in your daily life, you don't expect you brush your teeth once and then the rest of the time you never brush again. You have to constantly brush the teeth. So basically Dharma, you have to constantly put it into practice. How to, if your question is how to encourage, how to motivate ourselves, maybe a difficult question for me, because since young, I have very strong motivation to try to find the truth or reality of life. And maybe it's from my past life. Maybe since 9 years old, I'm always questioning that life is not just about growing old, going to good school, good university, get good grades, then get a good job, get a good wife or husband, have kids, and have good family or job or business or whatever, then grow old, take care of the grandchildren, then die. Doesn't, I mean, you can live that. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying that it's much more to it. There's much more interesting thing to explore about the reality of life. So maybe that might motivate you. I don't know. You need to get some motivation to try to investigate more of the Dharma. Okay, one thing maybe will motivate you is that if you really see the truth, all your sufferings, all your worries, all your anxieties will be gone. You'll be free from there. That's why Buddha says the highest bliss is Nibbana. But the bliss is not the kind of bliss that we imagine. Okay, because the worldly bliss or happiness comes with sadness also. Sadness and happiness is two sides of the coin. The bliss that the Buddha talked about is when you don't have this burden of the self. You don't have to protect this self. You don't have to protect your face, your reputation, your body, and so on. So hopefully that gives you motivation.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Bhante, we have a point brought up by Brother Lim, saying that it's quoted from Sister Cheryl Tan.
Yeah.
During meditations, I was hearing Bhante talking voice all the time, but I wasn't following, and I think I fell asleep, though I felt away all the times I was hearing, but not listening. So was I sleeping or hearing without listening? I know it is important to practice, but lack the discipline to chant or meditate daily. Any advice from Bhante?
These two different questions, is that right?
Yeah, two different.
Okay.
But from Sister Cheryl.
Okay.
Sister Cheryl, are you there?
First question.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe you ask easier. You're talking about you fall asleep. So what's your...
But how come I'm sleeping but I'm hearing? Like when Bhante asks us to feel the body, I know I have to feel the body. But where am I in between? I don't know.
Where are you in between?
Yes.
We are following what? But you say you're following. And I say feel the body.
I
you
was
feel the
hearing
body.
your voice all the time. So was I sleeping?
But if you know what I'm talking about, you're not sleeping.
But I wasn't following exactly your instruction.
I don't, maybe in between
Yeah.
awake and asleep, but it's okay
Yeah.
as long as you are.
So it's a
at least
problem.
half.
It's a problem. Is
Uh,
it a problem? It's a problem, I'm sure. Yeah.
Better if you're a bit more awake, but it's okay because to get into a relaxed state is this state where you are sort of half asleep and half awake. That's the state where you are most relaxed. Yeah, so it's not a waste, as in, you know, you manage to get into a very relaxed state. And that state is also useful when you want to get into this quiet mind. That is the feeling where you get into the quiet mind or silent mind. Okay, this is what I guess from your description. Okay, or I'm not inside your mind, so I don't know exactly what you're experiencing.
Okay.
Okay, the second question.
Thank you, Bhante.
You're talking about, I know it's important to practice lack discipline to chant or meditate daily. Oh, okay. If you can, it's good. If not, I like this advice of one meditation teacher. It might be very controversial, but I think it's a very interesting advice. He was saying that if there's two people, A or B, okay, one A practicing very hard, doing all the chanting and meditating, and thinks that, you know, he or she is progressing very well. B didn't really chant or meditate, you know, was partying and all that, but all the time he keep thinking, I should be meditating, you know, why am I partying? I should be meditating, he keep thinking. And this meditation teacher says he prefer B, because at least he has this intention that he knows he need to practice. He didn't describe, the teacher didn't describe, but I guess it's because B, at least he has this aspiration, this intention of wanting to practice. A thinks that he's already there. Okay, so I don't know whether it helps you to motivate this side story. It's just a story that comes into my mind. But aspiration is important. Okay, at least if you can't drag yourself to practice, at least in your mind you say, I should at least, you know, try to see the Dharma because it will give me freedom. It won't get me stuck in this cycle of birth and death. At least you have this intention, it will drive you one day to meditate. But in order for you to, discipline is not helpful to force yourself. You need to taste the joy of meditation. Then you wouldn't stop meditating because it's so blissful, so joyful. But you can't look for that peace or joy. Yeah. But if you force yourself, it doesn't work. So one suggestion for me is try to sit every day, even if you can only sit for 2 minutes. The frequency is important. It's much better than if you sit 3 hours for one day and then for the next year you never sit. It doesn't work that way. It's better if you can only sit. If you can sit 2 minutes, it's good. And don't tell me you don't have 2 minutes or 3 minutes in a day. No, that's totally ridiculous. So if you can't even have 2-3 minutes, then sit for 1 minute. Then slowly you will develop the habit. And the next time you increase to 2 minutes and so on. Okay. And if you can, that day, if you can sit 30 minutes and you plan to sit 30 minutes, but by 25 minutes, you felt that too restless, you can't, don't force yourself. Okay. When we force ourselves, we have this, what do you call, this trauma, sort of mini trauma, and then you don't want to meditate anymore. So it has to be a lot of, you know, dangling of carrots. But trust me, slowly one day you will love meditating. I don't know, I love meditating. I call myself jihadist meditator. I just love sitting down and meditate. And okay, maybe at this point to share with you also, you'll be quite surprised when I started, I didn't have an easy time. Maybe again, I say maybe from past life, because maybe unlike some of you, for me, I was searching since I told you 9 years old, but I didn't find Buddhism until university. And when I was in university in Australia, surprisingly, not in Malaysia, the first time I saw there is this Zen meditation, I was like, that's it. This is what I'm searching for my whole life. And I attended it. And thereafter, every day I will wake up early, as in early for university students, because we start at 9, so I'll wake up about 7. I can only sit 5 minutes and I will have splinting headache, but I never give up. Not through discipline, it's through like, I felt that like you have to brush your teeth, even though no matter how tired you are. So the next day I will do that again. And I only sit at most 5 minutes and I have a splinting headache. And I'll do again. And that's not for 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. It goes for years. And I keep continuing doing that. So somehow, you know, you need to have some, I'm not asking you to force yourself. I'm saying that you have to cultivate through slowly, 5 minutes, and then increase 10 minutes and so on. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bhante.
Next, we have Yvonne.
Yes, Sister Yvonne, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just now this morning you were teaching us like we meditate, for instance, we were meditating on sounds, right, as an alternative to breathing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I do understand that we do Vipassana meditation. We've been meditating basically on the breathing, but then when the mind wanders off, we will watch it wandering and then come back to the source of the initial, the basic, which is the breathing. Now I noticed.
Okay. Sorry, wait first. If your thoughts are just fleeting, not many thoughts, you don't swap the object. Okay, don't swap to the looking at the thoughts. You just continue with the breath. Okay, for the whole session. But you can try some sessions where you just look at thoughts. Okay, but if there is a session where you're watching your breath and too many thoughts, you just can't continue with your breath anymore, then try switching to the thoughts as object. Okay.
So sometimes we notice certain things, like for instance, well, it fleets. You have an awareness that something occurred, but you fleet. Is it okay to actually come back again and try to reflect at that particular passing thought? I mean, in most time when we learn awareness, is that awareness of the moment, right?
No,
That's awareness of the moment. Sometimes, you know, you pass that thought, and then is it okay to come back again and reflect on what that thought is?
No, don't reflect what the thought is. No. At the moment. Don't go back past. When you're aware of thoughts, you don't go into what the thought is. No labeling of what is the story, or then you will get lost in the story. You're just aware there's a thought come and then you go away, then the next thought come and go away, the next thought come and go away.
So say for instance, okay, a thought that comes and you realize, I mean, the thought comes to you and you realize it's an unwholesome thought. So what happens?
Okay.
You just aware of it and then let it pass.
Yeah, if you're aware, I don't know whether you realize, once you're aware, you're not in that thought anymore. Yeah, when you're aware that you're listening to me, you're actually stepping out already. So once you step out, you are not in that thought, the thought will pass by itself. You don't have to do anything.
So that means in passing thought, like for instance, hey, just now that was a defilement. We don't
No,
try
don't
to
go.
reflect
Yeah,
back.
don't go into
Just
that.
carry on.
Yeah. Just carry on. Don't go. Oh, just now was what time of defilement? No, don't.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
There is a question.
I think
Okay.
Sister Chai Hun has a question. Bhante, you need me to read out?
Yeah.
Dear Bhante, I registered a retreat, but I cannot really join a retreat due to work. Should I still practice in the retreat, but join the retreat half-heartedly, meaning I join only certain sessions, or I should quit from the retreat? Asking for opinion, Bhante.
Oh, okay. It depends on different people, because if your mind is calm, you will know what's the best answer for yourself. For each person, the answer will be different, and for different time, it will be different. But I can only give you some advice. You have to make your own decision. I feel that as long as you are wholeheartedly there for whatever sessions you can attend, that's already wholehearted. Doesn't mean that there's 3 sessions, you join 2 sessions, then you are wholehearted, you're half-hearted. To me, is if there are 3 sessions and you join 3 sessions, but you are there, but you're not really there, you are thinking of work, then you're half-hearted. But if there are 3 sessions and you can only join 1 session, but you're fully there, then you are wholehearted there. Then I don't see any problem. But of course, some facilitators of retreats, they might be very strict that you must join all sessions. You can't skip. So it depends on which one. But for me personally, this is only my personal opinion. It's better to have half retreat than 0 retreat. This is only my personal opinion. Okay.
I guess
Thank you,
have to find
Bante.
a
Thank you, Bante.
Okay.
Actually, I asked the question because the retreat is virtual. So then one of the day I actually need to work. I cannot escape because there's something I need to do. So it's like in between, it's like I need to keep on looking at the handphone. That means it's really cannot focus really during the retreat period. There are 5 days. So there are 1 or 2 days I actually cannot focus on. So
yeah,
it's
that's
like
not
I scared later it's like you really half-hearted because you are in the retreat, but yet you are working and then you are like thinking about work. It's like really half-hearted. It's not you are in the center, now it's virtual, so it's very it's not discipline type of retreat in that sense. Nobody actually holding, I mean, taking care of you. You are supposed to discipline yourself to be in the retreat.
I must admit, when I was young and all that, until now maybe, I'm a very, I always discipline myself a lot, and I don't advise this for other people. I advise people to have fun and relax way to practice. So don't push yourself. This is only my opinion. I feel that if those days you can't, at least the other days you can. So you have make a lot of progress in the practice, rather than you think that since I only can join half, then I don't attend at all, then you get 0. It's better to get 50% than get 0. This is my opinion anyway. Those days you can't, then you can't, okay? Then maybe you should just concentrate on your focus on your work. Someone has a hand up just now.
Sister Chai Hun, hope you have your own answer. I think Sister Mei Ling raised hand just now. Welcome, Sister Mei Ling, for first time joining us on Uposatha Day.
Thank you, Sister
Mei Ling.
Rachel. Yeah. Good evening, Bante. Actually, to follow up on Sister Yvonne's question, I also have a similar problem during meditation. I can watch my thoughts arising, but I cannot catch it when it's actually diminishing. So what should I do for these cases?
No,
rising I can see, but falling I cannot see.
No, you don't have to go so detailed. I just see the thought.
Okay.
When the next thought comes, means the last thought has already diminished. You say you can only see the rising, you can't see.
Yeah, but I cannot see the falling every time.
No, it's okay, because when the next thought comes, the last thought already gone. It's already diminished.
That means during meditation, we just see the rising, not the falling, is it?
Actually, I don't go into so detail. I'm just asking you all you just know that there's thought and then no more, then there's thought, then there's no more.
Okay, so it is just the rising and not the falling, is it?
Like
I got a bit confused.
Oh, no, you just know there's the presence of the thought.
Okay.
And sometimes absence of thoughts. That's all. Very simple.
Okay, all right. Okay, okay.
Yeah, you're trying to pinpoint exactly when the thoughts arise, and then it says
Yes, yes.
no need that detail. And at first, at least make your awareness strong by knowing that there is thought or there is no thought.
All
Yeah.
right, okay.
Very
Understand,
simple.
Bhante. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay.
Sadhu. Looks like many questions on meditations. Bhante, I think.
Or any question on the Dharma?
Any questions? Anything? Dharma or meditations or chanting? Yeah.
Do you have a time limit on this session? Because you still have events after that.
We are still okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Or anything personally, Bhante, you want to share since so many questions on the meditations?
Let Esther.
Okay. Yeah, Sister Esther.
Bhante, good evening.
Yeah.
I mean, Bhante, can please elaborate on this? Like in the crowd, we just see the empty space instead of the crowd. I mean, like afternoon, Bhante say.
Oh, okay. Sometimes you try to, when you are inside a room, normally we will see things first, the furniture or people. Try to see the space in between the furniture and the people instead of the people. And when you're reading books, definitely we'll immediately, or newspaper, we'll read the letters. Now maybe you read computer, same. Instead of focusing on the letters, you look at the background once in a while. That will get us not hold on so much to form, because we dwell too much in the world of form, and we don't dwell enough in the world of formless. Formless means the space before the thoughts come out, the space in between thoughts, the silence in between thoughts. So when you train yourself to see more space, more silence, then you dwell more in there. Then less you get lost in thoughts. That's one way to get less lost in thoughts.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Any
more questions, brothers and sisters? This session will be probably about 9 o'clock until 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Any other questions you have? Try also in daily life to what some people call meditative awareness, as in when you are talking, are you aware that you're talking? When you are sitting, are you aware that you're sitting? When you are walking, are you aware you're walking? Just very simple awareness. I'm not talking about like aware slowly, you move your leg and all that. No, I'm talking about now when you're sitting, do you aware you're sitting? When you're listening, are you aware you're listening? Simple awareness like this. If you can build up this awareness, like I said before in the morning, you will be able to, the next time, you will be able to step out even when you are quarreling. Okay, I like this analogy. One meditation teacher used to say that if you can keep practicing the awareness until one day when you are quarreling with someone, very heated argument, and then you can halfway you say, can we stop for a while? I need to go to the toilet, and then after that we'll come back and we'll continue. Then you can actually be the producer, actor, and also the audience at the same time, where you can cut the movie and then go toilet and then come back and then continue then you're not affected so much by the quarrel. You are quarreling because that's part of the show. Okay. Okay, Serene.
Yeah, Sister Serene.
Yeah, good evening, Bhante.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have two questions about loving kindness meditation.
Okay.
So is it right that when the object, I mean the people that we want to radiate the loving kindness should be the same sex, preferably.
Okay. Normally what you do is, if you do, because today we don't have time to go into detail. Basically, for loving kindness meditation, if you want to practice the detail method, is first you start with yourself, okay? Then the next one, you choose someone that you respect, but must be same sex. Why? Because when it's opposite sex, you might have some attachment and all that. So you choose someone the same sex, and preferably not from your family member because of attachment also. So normally we choose teachers and all that, or some idol that you admire, some spiritual teacher admire. Then you practice with that for a while, okay? You keep sending, wishing to them. The important thing is, again, the feeling. So you only focus on this one person and you keep doing it until you are very stable. Then you move to choose a neutral person and you do it until you're very stable. Then you choose someone that you have friction or difficulty with, okay? When all these categories are stable, then when you move back again, now you can choose anyone that you love and respect. Doesn't matter whichever sex. When you are stable, after you have done all these different categories, then normally we do what we call breaking the barrier. That means you wish yourself, and then someone that you respect. Sometimes there's one more extra category, someone that you are close to, that you love, then someone neutral, and someone that you have difficulty with. One from each group. Then you go against another one from each group, and then again one from each group, until you have no difference between them. We call breaking the barrier. Then after that, there's no problem, whichever people that you send meditation, your not send, as in, we call it send, but actually it's your feeling, your wish for them. Same sex also no problem already.
Yeah, because usually I follow Bhikkhu Bodhi, and he will do it this way. First is yourself,
yeah,
and then is your loved ones, and he always says, oh, not more than three or four people.
Okay, that's
then,
one way.
Yeah, and then he goes to a neutral person, and then he goes to the people around your city, and then and then the people in your country, and then the people in the world, and then all the beings, the last.
That's another way.
Yeah.
There are many variations. That's okay, that's good.
So I always wonder why he say not more than 3 or 4 people.
Oh, maybe because our mind, we get distracted if it's too many. For some people, they can't capture too many people. For too many people, they don't know what to do in their mind. Maybe because of that.
But I tend to, okay, because he says 3 to 4 people, because I have a lot of people I want to radiate. So what I do is
you change.
No, I go many rounds.
Okay, it's
like,
10. It's okay.
Maybe I have 10 people. I go 2-3 rounds.
Is that I have no problem with that, but I've not seen anywhere in the text that says you cannot have more than 4 people. So maybe it's because from his experience, some people have difficulty having too many people. Yeah, you want to do different rounds? To me, there's no problem. But again, I have to warn you all, when you listen to my answer, you have to be careful because it comes from my perspective, okay? My perspective is always, I always like very free and easy, okay? There are teachers who are very strict. You have to follow exactly like this. So when you're following that teacher, please follow their way, their instruction. Because for me, I prefer free and easy style. As long as you can reach your destination, to me, I don't care whichever free and easy style, as long as you don't harm other beings and yourself, that's okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but because he said, members of the same sex, but I that one I have a big problem because let's say to your loved ones, so when I read it to my siblings, my brothers, my sisters, I don't feel there is a problem.
When you have no problem, then it's okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking whether, it strictly cannot be opposite sex.
Actually, I love Buddhism is because to me, Buddha didn't say anything must be strictly anyway. See, even the 5 precepts, Buddha never says, thou shalt not kill. It says, I undertake this precept to abstain from killing. So you are free whichever way. What the reason is this guideline is so that you don't get lost. Okay, so the guideline is people might get lost if they have the wish for opposite sex. If you don't have this problem, then to me there's no problem. Okay.
Okay, understand. Thank you, Auntie.
Okay. But we also have to be, not just for her, for everyone, we just have to be very careful when we say, no, okay, I can do this because there's no problem for me. You have to be very honest with yourself, okay? Because you might have problem, you don't know, okay? But if you're very sure, it's okay for me because I feel that Buddhism is a very free religion for you to explore and discover for yourself because there's no harm. When you wish for someone opposite sex and when you have problem that time, you will realize and then you can just stop. You won't kill yourself, so it's not a problem. There's no danger. Okay, any other questions? Good questions.
Sister Serene, I thought you have two questions. Are you giving the second question?
Yeah, it's covered about the similar sex.
Okay.
Any other
questions from brother and sister?
Okay.
Sister Rachel, I want to ask.
Okay,
yeah,
go
Sister
ahead.
Chairman, please.
Yeah, sorry, Bante.
Yeah.
How do we not get irritated by people who complains a lot or who scold people in front of you, even though that people is not you, she is not scolding you, but she's scolding somebody else in front of you. Then when I say it is not good to talk bad about people, then she said, I didn't talk in front of that people. I'm talking here so that people didn't hear, but I get very upset. So how do we not get upset by people who speak bad about people? I mean, sometimes I say it is her karma because she didn't learn, but I still get angry. So I get angry because I get angry with her. So how?
Okay.
How do I not get angry? Because actually it's not right, because we should have passion. We should have like compassion. Okay, she didn't learn Nama, that's why she's like that. And then she also cannot really learn, really, she's so old. So we should be pity her, I mean, accepting that is a way, but why we are still getting angry with this kind of people scolding people? I feel that I don't know how to do it correctly.
Okay, it doesn't work if you keep telling yourself that I'm not doing it correctly, I should be more compassionate. This is like by disciplining yourself. It doesn't work in the modern world now. In the old days, our parents can say, you must not do this, you must do that. It probably still work. But nowadays, because we are being so brainwashed by freedom, individual rights and freedom, so it doesn't work. So one way that will help you is, I want you to question yourself. Next time you get angry when this person talk bad about other people, ask yourself, why when someone do something unwholesome, why do I slap myself? Because when you get angry, you are slapping yourself. So why do I slap myself when someone is doing something unwholesome? It's nothing to do with me. Why do I slap myself? When you are angry, you are actually, if you are more careful, more aware, your heart is burning. Okay, so you are actually, basically you are slapping yourself. So try to ask yourself, why when someone do something unwholesome and I go and punish myself, it doesn't seem right. There's no logic. Try to ponder over it. Don't try to stop your anger, but try to ponder over it. That's first thing. Second thing, again, I keep emphasizing in my Dhamma talk, try to explore where your anger comes from. You will see that your anger comes from, not from what she say or do, it's from your thinking, why she keep talking bad about other people? How come she do like that? Why she do like that? Your anger comes from these thoughts. So again, why are you creating angry thoughts to make yourself angry? Why do you do that? Again, you're slapping yourself. So it's always back to why do you keep slapping yourself? But don't stop yourself, because it doesn't work by stopping, don't slap. It's like, I love this analogy. It's like, if you really realize that your hand is in the fire, you don't need to think, how should I pull my hand out? You will just immediately pull your hand out. So same, if you really see that you are slapping yourself, I don't think you will continue slapping yourself. But you didn't see. Since you didn't see, have compassion for yourself. Don't punish yourself. Don't get angry with yourself. Have compassion for yourself that you didn't see. So it's not your fault. So now make aspiration that I want to try to see where my emotions come from. And also I want to ponder and see, why do I punish myself when someone is doing unwholesome act?
Sorry, Bante. Is this like when I'm angry, right? Whatever she say, I'll bomb her back. So I also created bad speech in that sense. If I can keep cool, then whatever she say, I just hear. I don't bombard. I think it's still okay. Anger inside. But now anger become bad speech. I bomb her back.
Don't worry about that part, okay? Because it's very difficult to control once you're lost in there. But try to ask yourself these two questions when the next time when you get angry. Instead of trying to suppress your anger or get afraid of the anger, because you seem to also have this fear of anger, because I lose control of my anger, and then now I do things that I shouldn't do and so on. Don't worry about that first. Try to, first thing, because you cannot remember too many things, okay? Just remember, ask yourself two questions. One, why do I make myself angry? Because your anger comes from your angry thought. Why do I slap myself when someone else is doing something unwholesome? Okay, try to ask yourself these two questions. Then when you can see that you are making yourself angry to your angry thoughts, you won't continue making the angry thoughts. And when you don't continue, thoughts are impermanent, new thoughts come. When new thoughts come, then your new emotion come and you're out of the anger. Yeah, but you can't have this wish that I want to get rid of these angry thoughts. Then it doesn't work. Your thoughts are magician, they're very smart. They don't want to be controlled. You only have to see that you are slapping yourself. When you see that, everything becomes automatic. That's why I call it effortless effort. You got to try, and it doesn't work by just believing in me. You have to experiment with it. So next time, also this one is, I don't know, I'm always excited when I say this. So next time when she says something and you get angry, you should be excited that now it's my chance to see Dharma in the drama. I always like this, have fun with your learning. So the next time when you're angry, instead of, oh no, I get angry again, I'm a Buddhist, I shouldn't get angry. No. First thing come in the mind is, yes, now I have my chance to see Dharma in the drama. Let me experiment and see where is my anger come from, and let me check, why do I slap myself? Try playing with that. So have fun to explore and play.
Oh, okay. I shall try, but very hard.
When you think it's hard, then it's hard. Okay, this is a famous quote from Henry Ford. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Both are true.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? I think time already.
Thank you very much. Oh, we have Brother Ken, Brother Wei Ken. See Dharma in the drama. You have anything more to elaborate, Ken?
Oh no, I was just hi, good evening, Bhante. Good evening,
Good
everyone. Yeah, I was just quoting Bhante's words. I think that's very true, right? Many different circumstances in life, different experiences in life. There's a lot of drama. Sometimes there's a lot of tension, a lot of different emotions. And so, if we have strong enough mindfulness to observe, to be aware, then we can see the Dhamma in that drama. Of course, this is perhaps easier said than done, but Bhante said it well, right? If you say it's difficult, then it's difficult. We need to have that decision and that determination to practice. So yeah, just to quote Bhante's words. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. You might not be able to see immediately. Okay, I must confess myself also. Sometimes I get angry and the anger stays on. Maybe 1 hour and 2 hours later, but I can see that I am slapping myself. It's just that I can't stop slapping myself. Okay. But once you can see that you are slapping yourself, it solves a lot of problems. You won't be blaming the person, blaming the things and all that. It might take some time for you to stop slapping, but it's okay. We are not saying, we can't immediately see.
Just to add on to that, yeah, Bhante, very, very quick one. Sometimes at least in my own experience, sometimes it takes some time. That is to say, during the anger itself or during the emotional experience itself, I don't see it, or I can't sort of stop myself from being pulled into the attachment or pulled into the hatred and so on. And you have a lot of suffering because of all that craving and all that sense of identity, right? And then only after a while, when you gain some distance, then I would look back at it and reflect on it and sort of analyze, okay, what are the causes? What are some of the difficulties I need to overcome? What are some of the challenges I need to overcome in my practice and so on? Is that helpful? Like sort of look at it after you gain some distance in terms of time and after a while. Is that helpful? I don't know, because sometimes in the moment itself is difficult. It's only after the anger has subsided, after the emotional experience, after a few weeks perhaps, then I look back and it's easier to see some of the causes. Would that work? Yeah.
It helps because the next time you're angry, you don't trust your angry thoughts so much already. Because from your past experience, you saw that it's from your angry thought, it's not from that person. So it will help. The next time you will be easier, and then the next time easier and easier. And you will reach a time when you will be able to catch it much faster.
Yes, hopefully reach a day. Thank you, Bhante, Sadhu.
But have compassion for ourselves. As in, don't expect, the next day I will be able to catch immediately. Yeah, as long as you can see that you are stepping yourself, maybe even an hour later, you're making progress. And I guess this is one important point one of my teachers shared with me is sometimes we have to look at the back at how much we have progressed. Instead of keep looking in front like, wow, we are still a long way towards Nibbana. Then you get some motivation if you look at the back, oh, I've gone a long way compared to a lot of other people. Yeah, we have to be compassionate and to ourselves.
Appreciate our progress, right? Look at the progress.
Appreciate our progress. Yeah, we seldom appreciate ourselves enough. We beat ourselves up more.
Yeah, being harsh towards ourselves. It often happens. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder, Bhante. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you, Sister Rachel. Yeah.
Thank you, Brother Waken.
I think time.
Taking along to learn. Yeah, thank you. All right. Thank you, brother and sister. Thank you, Bhante, for the compassion and passionate to answer all the questions and with much further elaborations. We shall end the sessions on the question and answer. We move on to the next. That is our Voices of Harmony. Yeah, let me just stop sharing. Okay. For the benefits of some that joining us first time today, Voices of Harmony is a communications platform for the fellow brothers and sisters, practices Chattari Sanghaha Vattu, which is encouraged by Buddha itself in Anguttara Nikaya, Book 4, Sutta 32, in order to sustain harmony in fellowships and among our Kalyana Mitta. So, which are the friends in the Dhamma. All right. So members are encouraged to say kind words, pleasant speech to fellow brothers and sisters, the whole family in the Dhamma. So we shall take this chance to practice our voices and harmony. We hope by sharing these virtues, we are able to appreciate and treasure our spiritual fellowship in our Dhamma families. So that's why this is very uniquely organized by Metta Lodge. So now we open to the floor. Brother and sister, any of you have any good voices of harmony? You are invited to share. Anyone? Yes, Brother Woon.
Ante, permission to speak. Yes, today has been a very wonderful day. We learned how to see Dhamma in the daily drama. Must thank Bante for sharing this with us. Bante gave a very easy perspective to this learning of Dhamma. I used to think that Dhamma talk used to be very dry, but this one proven that Dhamma talk can be very interesting. Thank you, Bante. And I want to thank Brother TC and EXCO for bringing this Uposatha practice alive or going on in Metta Lodge. With these Uposatha practices, we managed to bring Kalyana Metta's like-minded friends from far and near to be together. With this, we have synergistic effects on helping each other to walk the path. Of course, you have to thank these people behind the scene, IT team, Metta Lodge Facebook team, Sister Peglan, Sister Rachel for preparing the this PowerPoint presentation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Brother Woon. Yeah, Sister Yvonne.
As you mentioned, this is actually the last Uposatha for the year. The next one, I think, will be beginning of the year. I'd like to take the opportunity to wish everyone a very fruitful 2022. We all have struggled through 2021 and a large part of 2020. Let's all pray that the Triple Gem will be with us. Next year will be a smooth one for everybody. So putting aside Buddhism language, I wish everybody a very happy new year, because we are actually less than 2 weeks away. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu. Yes, Happy New Year too. Yes, Sister Sharon.
Okay, I want to thank Bante very much. He spent a lot of time preparing the PowerPoint, and it helps me to visualize his teachings. And without his permission, I actually snapped a few screenshots just now when Bante during the talk this morning. So now I ask for forgiveness that I didn't get permission, but I snapshot some of the PowerPoint, which I think is very good. And I want to keep it so that I can reflect it when I have the time later on. And I'm very thankful that Metta Lodge has started this Uposatha Day, and at least twice a month, I make it a point to try and join and chant because I'm by nature a bit lazy. So now I see that brothers and sisters here putting a lot of effort to do this. So I feel that I want to support, and that actually garners some motivation that I want to do it because I want to support you all. So I hope that I can continue. So I'm very thankful, and every time we have sometimes we have different Bante teachers coming in to guide us. I think it's very good, and I think and it takes a lot of effort to bring this whole event together, and I'm very, very thankful. Especially like this brother TC Lim, he's always trying to find new teachers for us, and thank you very much. Thank you, and Happy New Year to everybody too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sister. Anyone, brothers and sisters? Any more?
I just have a comment. Don't worry about the slides. You all can take photos or whatever you want. There's nothing confidential in the slides.
No copyright preserve, right?
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
In fact, I actually take it from someone else, so it is no problem with it.
It's a sharing of the knowledge, I think. Thank you, Bhante. Any more sharings? Yes, Sister Yen.
Good evening. I actually grew up in a Mahayana, in a Mahayana Buddhist family. And my mother used to bring me to the temple. Everything, the chant, everything, I just cannot understand. We go actually on Uposatha Day 初一 and 15 but when you go, you don't know what you are chanting. It's only when I came to Metta Lodge, when I get to know Metta Lodge, then only because Metta Lodge has everything in English. And TC Lim especially recently arranged for a lot of teachers to teach us, and then put in a lot of, give us a lot of links to so many Buddhist talks and all these things that I actually finally understand what Buddhism is all about. Of course, I've been trying to learn the Dhamma for many years already. But I like, of course, to say thank you very much to Metta Lodge for everything that is being done, especially especially these 2 years when you have a lot of things online. Really an explosion of knowledge. Really can learn a lot of things online. And of course, I'd like to thank Bhante too for his effort. And all the teachings, the Dhamma and the drama that he actually taught us today. Thank you, Bhante. And thank you, Metta Lodge, Exco, and all the IT team and everybody. Big sadhu to you. Thanks.
Sadhu, sister. With permissions to talk, Bhante, shall I invite all the IT team members and Facebook team members to raise your hand, virtual hand, so that be recognized by everyone. We are you are and me are also the hero and heroines behind the scene. I think I must thank all the brothers and sisters, giving and guiding me as well. I joined Metta Lodge actually less than 6 months, half a year. I grew a lot. I must be very thankful and to everyone, especially to Chairman Brother Lim. Every Uposatha we see only this happen. He's the one that contact Bhante and then coming up with the program. And sometimes I do the PowerPoint, but he's the one that has the inputs. I only doing the typing work. All right. Sadhu to all. Thank you, everyone. I must thank also Bhante. As I mentioned, on and off, I do join the Fridays sharings by BMS. And I can see the attractions is there simply because Bhante really make Dhamma in daily life. I think there's in the session I can see a lot of people has a good sharings from their own one-off incidents or whatnot. But when one sister actually do the sharings or brother do the sharings, many of us actually learn and we gain. So we also hope in Metta Lodge, Uposatha or any other event, more and more people come forwards. And also maybe an airtime. IT team also need more members. Yeah, everyone's encouraged to join us. Just contact Brother Lip. We are going to have certain sessions on teaching and sharing on PowerPoint, Zoom, and also Facebook streaming. So please join us. You learn, and then we grow together. And we can also share, and then share the load at the same time. I think it's also a learning. Sadhu, Bante, thank you. Okay. Any more sharing?
Okay, I like to share. Actually, I feel quite how to say, I missed the opportunity to join. Actually, I didn't join until just now only because I'm working. So maybe I would like to suggest maybe 𝗏𝗏 can give a date earlier than maybe much earlier, so that we can plan, so that we really slot in, because the end of the year already can't really take leave to join all this. So maybe if we got all the dates, maybe we can plan better. I'm not sure lah. This is my thinking lah. Maybe I say only didn't join in the end also maybe. But I hope that if we can have the calendar, maybe I can plan better to join lah. Maybe lah. I wish I could have joined today lah. Actually, I think I learned a lot even during this small session. Thank you.
Doesn't actually this people can still go back and listen to the talk on morning and afternoon, right? It's in the Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah. So even you missed it, you can listen to it tomorrow or the day or even a week or a month later. It's still there, I think.
Yes. Yeah, it will be there in our Facebook, 𝗏𝗏 Facebook. Sister Chai Hun, please stay tuned and log in. Yeah, for everyone's information, this live streaming also with TBCM Facebook as well. Okay, our chairman, Brother Lim.
Permission to speak, Bante.
Okay.
Actually, I did not do much because I'm an IT sotong. I always tell myself I'm an IT sotong. But I keep on telling the IT team, I want this, I want that. But actually, everything is beyond my knowledge. I cannot do it myself. So whatever that takes place is actually done by the IT team. Okay, I'm totally an IT sotong. I belong to the older generation. You know, during my time, internet doesn't even existed. When I was schooling, yeah, there was no internet, even handphone. There was no WhatsApp, nothing. We got to make, international call, and they count by seconds and by minutes, and it's very, very expensive. Okay, so the two things that I did was I wanted 𝗏𝗏 to go on to tap on the IT technology to move the center forward. And another aspect which has actually not blossomed yet is actually to cater for the Mandarin speaking. Okay, and I'm also a banana person. I don't know Mandarin, but I feel that the market, especially when 𝗏𝗏 is in Johor Jaya, is a place where there's a lot of Mandarin speaking, and it's high time for Theravada Buddhism to cater to the Mandarin speaking, right? So these are two big areas that actually that I step onto uncomfortable zones lah, I would say lah. Okay, on zones that I'm totally unfamiliar. Okay, in fact, last time when I used to champion for the Mandarin speaking, people ask me, "You don't know Mandarin, why you champion for the Mandarin speaking?" I champion for IT, but I felt that all this is because I wanted the Dharma to flourish, to reach to people that we have not reached. And actually, before the pandemic comes in, we actually started a class for the deaf. Okay, Buddhism for the deaf people. Okay, but somehow we started a few classes, and when the pandemic comes in, we got to stop the class completely. So hopefully in time to come, we can cater to the deaf, to the blind. Okay, how come I have this kind of thoughts? Because one area is I find that in church, they cater for all these people. They teach Christianity, Bible studies, and Buddhism is very lacking in all this, right? Of course, we may say that it's because of bad karma they are there, but then why should we exclude them from society? Okay, they are humans. Okay? That's why when I was championing the deaf, I always encourage people to learn sign language, because the deaf community is one community that is being excluded by the mainstream society. Unless the mainstream society learns sign language, then they are able to communicate with the deaf. Otherwise, they are being left alone. We cannot communicate with them. So this actually, we are excluding them from society. So we should actually include, you know, people, whatever status they are, good or bad, poor or rich, okay, handicapped or normal, okay, into Buddhism. Okay, the Dharma is for all. So I would like to say thank you to the IT team, to everyone, okay, in Metta Lodge, to the EXCOs, okay, everyone, and including the participants from near and far, okay, and the success of the what we call the Uposatha is actually the what we call the causes and conditions for all of us to come and together. Okay, so let us treasure this, and hopefully we seek your support, okay, every 2 weeks to dedicate 2 days in a month to Dharma practice. Yeah, thank you, and sadhu to Bhante and sadhu to everyone, okay, for supporting the Uposatha program. Thank you so much.
Sadhu. Any more, brothers and sisters? This is the final sessions of this year. Okay. If no, then we shall proceed to the next. Right. The whole day, Bhante with us. Thank you so much, Bhante. So before we end, shall invite Bhante to give some parting words. Bhante, over to you.
I won't say much, but firstly, of course, again, like everyone, I feel that one of the very important part to make this successful is the IT people. Okay, without IT, it won't work, because this whole thing is run on the internet. Yes. So a big sadhu to the whole IT team, and of course to the committee, and also to everyone. Okay, to be able to take your time for the whole day, or even half day or a session for the Dharma. That's to me, it's a great effort, and something that we need to give ourselves a big clap for it. So sadhu to everyone who participate, and of course again to the committee and the IT team for making this successful. As parting words, this is my wish for each and every one of you. Please try to see the Dharma in your daily drama, so that, trust me, you will slowly be able to see another different world. Okay, the world doesn't change, but the world that you see changes, and it makes a lot of difference to your life. So with that, please continue to explore the Dharma in your daily drama.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante. Okay, come to the end. Shall we invite Chairman Brother Lim to give the parting words?
Namo Buddhaya. Sorry. Wandami Bante, Sukhiyantu, brothers and sisters. As Bante had taught us today, indeed we are living in a delusional world created by our own thoughts. So let us awaken to these dreams by being aware of our thoughts, moment to moment, as much as we can. Explore where our feelings and emotions are coming from. Create the space, the silent space in between, so as to create the condition for the peace and calmness that is within us all the time to arise. And in doing so, I quote Bante words so that we are able to turn poison into medicine and problems into solutions. Today is the 11th Uposatha event organized by the EXCO. And we started actually immediately after the AGM in late April. And our first Uposatha was on 23rd July by Bante Brako. So today is the 11th one, and it's the last Uposatha for the year. And we are very thankful and grateful that we are able to last so long. Okay, and one more thing is the beauty about Uposatha, especially the full moon, whether it's coincidental or not, okay, but it seems that the significant events in the Buddha's life or in Buddhism is always linked to the full moon day. Okay, almost every full moon day. Okay, so in each Uposatha, especially in the full moon, I will actually do some research. What is the significance of that Uposatha? And every time is something that happened in the life of the Buddha or in the life of some arahants. Okay, and in doing so is sort of when we are not only observe the Uposatha to observe the 8 precepts, what you call purifying our mind through meditation, but we are also learning through Buddhist education. Okay, as each Uposatha presents himself a part of the history of Buddhism, and many of us are not aware. Okay, that Uposatha full moon always has significance with Buddhism. Like today, the significance of the Bodhi tree. Okay, and in the same way, like when we do the Vandana, the Chetiya Vandana, we got to pay respect to the Chetiya with the bodily relics, and then to the Maha Bodhi tree, okay, and then to the Buddha image. When I do the research, it shows that it goes into this sequence. And surprisingly, the Buddha image comes third, because during the Buddha's time, the Buddha's image does not even exist. You see? So that's why you see just now during the 236 BCE, they treated the sampling, from the Bodhi tree as the living Buddha, not the Buddha image. You see? So this is something that make us become aware of the historical heritage that we can inherit and learn from Buddhism, right? Because without this, we will not understand. In fact, when we study in Sunday school, we study about the life of the Buddha. This one happened, that one happened, but we never link it to certain dates. It's just like in Chinese events or Chinese festival, we always link it to certain story. All right, certain day, something happened. All right, and the culture is so much alive, right? So in the same way, I hope to bring up, to bring life to the Buddhist culture, okay, so that we as Buddhists we should understand our culture. We should understand why we do certain things and not, because rites and rituals and certain Buddhist practices is just a gray line. It's a matter of perspective. We can do the same thing, but it may be a rite of rituals to some if you look at it from one perspective, but from another perspective, it is not rite and rituals. You are doing it as a symbolic way to motivate ourselves as we do our daily offerings, okay, which actually because we are lay people, we need motivation, okay. We want to remind ourselves, like offering flowers, remind ourselves of the anicca and things like that. So thank you, everyone. And lastly, on behalf of Metta Lodge and all participants, we would like to seek forgiveness from Bhante for any shortcomings heedlessly by deeds, speech, or thoughts. Bhante, please forgive us.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So all good things too have to come to an end. And we look forward to more future Uposatha by Bhante. I will approach Bhante next year in the year 2022. And thank you to and sadhu to all Dharma friends near and far for your support and participation in the Uposatha. And last but not least, let us place our palm together in Anjali and say sadhu 3 times to Bhante. Sadhu.
Sadhu,
Sadhu.
sadhu,
Sadhu.
Sadhu.
See you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Bhante, for your
Thank you,
guidance.
Chairman.
And Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you,
Bhante,
Chairman.
thanks,
Thank you very
everyone.
much, Bhante.